Hey everyone, it's Sandra from Creative Breathings, and today we are taking a tour of my little crafty corner. I want to show you some of the things that I've been organizing today and uh, just some of the little crafting areas that I've created in order to make it super cozy this winter. I have my little ambiance in the background with a little crackling fire, but I just really, it's been this holiday season. It had a lot of joys, but it was also incredibly hard because I just recently lost my stepdad. And so I've really been trying to practice some self-care of like just working kind of on more gentle kind of art, like journaling and just some smaller crafts projects. And that's brought a lot of comfort and healing. And I just want to share my little space with you. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to do a little pan here. I have the doors opened on the cabinet. And as you can see at the top, there's a little faux plant. I love checkerboards, so you'll probably see a lot of checkerboard patterns. I have this little silver tray that's full of twine and some different things. There's a paper cutter. There's a little kit here with like little charms and buttons and all sorts of things. Then over here we have my watercolor supplies. So there's brushes. There's a little cute little metallic tin. Let me see if I can open that. This one's from Arteza. I'm trying to do this one-handed. So I have this cute little metallic watercolor. And then I like to use this really for even doing little details and adding sparkle to some of my little projects as well. There's some watercolor paper and my paper cutter. So this is the kind that, you know, the guillotine. So I keep that locked up. And it's good to keep it up there just to keep it safe, you know, away from my cats. And then over here, I have a little basket of little personal items like medicine, vitamins, maybe some little like nail polish, things like that. And then back here I have some books on herbalism and DIY remedies. Right now my laptop is up here, but it can really go anywhere. I just have it up here for now. I have a photo with my bestie. She gave me this cute little box to put like photos and stuff. There's like dividers in there, so I've been putting postcards and photos and things in there. And then here we have I have this little journal which I recently shared a picture of, but this I'm going to be doing a flip through video. This one's basically complete. So that's one of my junk journals I've been working on for the last year or so. Another one of those little totes. These are great because you know they have handles and you can pull those out and you know, bring them wherever you need to be. I've been working on, I won't go through all the dividers, but I made these dividers. So this one says my printables. So these are little things that I've been working on that I'll be putting in my Etsy shop soon. But all my little ephemera, like, or little things like, you know, little stamps and things. I don't keep tons of stamps, but I do have a few. They can go in there. And then down here we have, I put up these command hooks from Dollar Tree, and this is where I put my my scissors. And then I even have some things at the ready to cut out. This one is a cute little container that I was going to use for a piece of art, but I'm using it as a storage container for paper clips and staplers. Another one of those command hooks. I'm trying to decide where I want this one. I might even put it here. I don't know. Hang something there. This is a little corner rounder, little punch for when you're doing your projects. I keep my big stapler. Oops. I keep my big stapler in this little makeup bag. I keep that there. Distress ink, some little supplies for glue brushes and things. I have some mini notebooks that I'm going to be altering for an upcoming project, so stay tuned for that. my ink, some of my books and things. And then in here, I have some more collage ephemera. I'm not going to go into this too much right now, but here's some pens and paper, including the pens that I would use like with the bottles of ink. Here's some bookmarks I've been laminating. Some of these are for some things that I'm going to be selling in the future. And then here we have some bird stickers mostly, which I just like to look at. I mean, I do use them, but they're just a lot of fun. And then down here I'm going to use for paper and sewing little notions. So there's some bulb pins, safety pins, paper fasteners. I have some more coming in that I think will be able to fit right here, of the paper fasteners. More little ephemera. These I got from Five Below, and I love them. I'd like to get more of them actually, because they're great for sorting out things like, you know, pressed flowers, all the fun things. This little basket I got from Tuesday Morning, probably years ago actually. This is like the remaining one that I have left. This is where I've been putting current projects. Like I recently, I realize I'm not in frame. So this is a little ribbon that I made with SNAP, a special needs group, and we did some words of affirmation. Then we have some alcohol markers, some of my mini journals. Here's some more checkerboard. I've had this box since I was a child that an elderly neighbor gave to me. This has some wax thread and an awl, and these are all things that you would use when you're doing bookbinding. And I do quite a bit of that, so that's there. Some more little treasures are in here. Have this little mat here. I think this is a Dollar Tree mat. And sometimes I even use this to put my hot glue gun on. It's just kind of a little, helps out. I think I am going to get some kind of mat or figure out something for this space, since I will be doing a lot of crafting here. But like I said, I just set this up today. And you might be thinking, well, gee, there's not really very much space there, but this actually slides out. So you have that come out like that. Right now I have some correspondence on here and journals, but it also, if I move the doors, they have to be completely open. This comes out another spot too, like that. So there's kind of like 3 levels going on. And I have this little, I think these trays are for appetizers and things. They fit perfectly. And again, if I'm sorting out ephemera, there's my stepdad that recently passed when he was a baby. So I have that right there. So this is all really about self-care. And I know in the creative wellness, I'm always teaching people about, like, you know, trying to do things to be gentle with themselves when, you know, we all struggle with different, you know, emotional things and physical, mental things. So for me, this little corner represents that. It's just a place to come and relax and make some things, you know, beautiful things. These are some projects that are in progress. Here's some laminated covers. These are like fall themed. It's so funny because when I came home, I've been doing a lot of fall and Christmas things. Like, oops, I just dropped one. But these are meant for, as like a cover for like notebooks and planners. So that's something I'm going to be selling at a craft fair. And so I already have some things going on for this year. And then I love how this slides out as well. That little. But this is really where you normally put a printer, but my printer, because it's a top feeder, it's you can't really access the paper and everything, so it has to sit out like on the little station over there. And then I have this little bin that has my hot glue gun in it at the ready. It's very important. And speaking of journals, this was my journal from 6th grade. And I still have a few pages in there. I mean, look, okay, I'll show you one thing. The pages I actually tore out, so I'm going to be doing a project with these. So there's a little smile sticker, and I did this silly little doodle. So anyway, this is like, it's sweet, you know, 80s kid. So then down here we have, I have my little Japanese, these are vintage photo albums, and I use them to store, you know, stickers and printables and things that I've designed or I've cut out or that I've purchased. Here's another one. I'm gonna actually start a collection of these because I love these. I'm always looking for these at thrift stores and stuff. But there's a little bit of Tim Holtz in here. And these, they kind of come out like this. So it's like more and more stuff, you know. But they're great to keep things contained. And then, I think those are Marilyn Monroe's. Anyway, so stuff's falling out. But this here is a journal that's in progress with some things. I went to the Nutcracker to see my friend dance this past year. But this has been where I've been hanging out since I've come back home, doing some journaling in there. And then I also have my watercolor and my gouache set. I'm not going to open these. Well, I'm going to open this one up because I think it's pretty. But this is my budget-friendly watercolor set that a friend of mine who's an art therapist, she highly recommended this. So when I was doing coaching, I used this when I was doing some of the activities with the clients. But it's really pretty. This makes me happy. And so we got that going on. And I'm not really doing one-on-one coaching now. I've been kind of switched gears to doing more like almost like group coaching, or you know, with the creative wellness that I've been doing. And I've also returned to my passion for journaling and creating, you know, handmade things. So that's kind of been my wheelhouse lately. My computer is down here, but as I've been using this area, I think what I'm going to do is move the computer to the art studio, because I do have a regular art studio. This is just sort of like a little crafting corner, but I'm going to put my sewing machine here. I think it'll fit perfectly in that slot, and if I want, I could even put like my bobbins and stuff in here, you know, do whatever. I have not tons, and I don't really have tons of sewing supplies, but I think some of my fabric I could probably store in my closet, because we're going to be rearranging the closet so that my husband has another area for his clothing, and so I'll probably be using that space. It has some built-in shelves. So that's pretty much it. I tried to keep this a little bit short and sweet. I filmed one that I think I was going through every little thing that I own. And I love videos like that where people show all their little treasures. But yeah, this right here was used for, I got this at a thrift store a couple years back, and it was used for, you know, jewelry. You can hang your earrings and your necklaces and whatever, bracelets. But what I use it for is like a little crafting station as well. So there's some different masking tapes and things. These are some little decorative paper clips that I've been working on. These are things that you could put in your journal. My late stepdad gave me that card for my birthday a couple years back, so I have that there. So there's just like a lot of little sentimental things. So that's my little corner. And then this little farmhouse stool that I just bought on Marketplace, it kind of fits the vibe, so I love it. One of these is one of the notebook covers that fell. So yeah, I'll be doing videos on these as well, show what's going on with that. And then I can also put my little projects I'm working on here too, or just make a mood board or whatever I want. So I love it. And then when those are closed, that means Charlie, my cat, cannot chew my papers. he always goes after my artwork, it seems like. So yeah, that's a little bit of a tour. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.